Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, so am I, no worries. So I don't have a very long intro. I'm Stephanie, this is my channel. Hit subscribe if you like this video, leave comments below. Today I'm going to talk about my tongue split. I get asked about it a lot. No, I wasn't born like this. Yes, I paid to have it done. So I used to work at a piercing shop. I wasn't a piercer, I just worked the front counter and I worked there for years, but I was really involved in the piercing and mod community. And I have stretched lobes, as you see, they're an inch, 25 millimeters if you're not American. And I knew I wanted to go a little bit further. I've always tried to have an aesthetic that mixes classic traditional beauty with sideshow freak. So I have a lot of tattoos and I've got my stretched lobes and my septum pierced, and I knew I wanted a surgical mod. The split tongue to me was something that wasn't incredibly visible to everybody. It was kind of subtle unless I outright stick it out, in which people see it and it's not subtle at all. So I've had it done now for, when did I get it done? 2016? 2017? 2017 sounds right. I've had it done for almost 2 years. Actually, no, it's just past 2 years probably. It was Easter 2 years ago. It was Easter of 2017 is when I got it done. And I get asked a lot of questions. Did it hurt? Can I do any tricks with it? What's the appeal? I just think it looks really cool. People ask me if it's more fun for kinky, sexy things. Yes, but I don't, without, minding everybody's business or making people uncomfortable, I usually just say it's more fun for everybody involved. That being said, why did I want it done? I just thought it looked really, really cool. How long did it take to heal? I would say a month total. I had stitches for a week. The stitches came out after 1 week, and then after that I still talked funny for about 3 weeks, and even then it wasn't completely funny. I thought I was gonna have a lisp. I didn't have a lisp. My S's came back before my D's and my TH sounds, and I worked at the counter, so I sold jewelry, so I would really hear it in pricing when I would say these cost $60 to $90. After a while it became $60 to $90, and then it was $60 to $90, and I had it all back, and that was really exciting. I told my friends that they were allowed to make fun of my speech for up to a month, but that after a month I would probably be really self-conscious about it and they couldn't make fun of me anymore. But it did come back, which is good because I have a lot of S sounds in my name. Stephanie C. Kernison. Stephanie C. Kernison. Stephanie C. Kernison. It's a lot of... When it comes to people asking me if it hurt, I always try to clarify that my experience was not the norm. So I have a really big tongue. It's not particularly long, but it's very wide and very thick. I have a very fat tongue. So the person who performed my mod told me ahead of time that he was a little nervous about how much lidocaine would have to be used to numb me. So he told me my tongue is larger than any tongue that he had ever worked on. He told me that the amount of lidocaine that he would have to use to feel confident that I wouldn't feel anything might actually be a dangerous amount and could make it difficult for me to breathe because I couldn't feel my breathing. He said that he normally used 1 syringe full of lidocaine for people getting this done. He used 4 syringes on my tongue. Then so I didn't feel the initial cut. It was a cut with a scalpel and then stitched around the inside, and I started to get feeling back 3/4 of the way through the stitches, and that was awful. And I kind of panicked a little bit, and he basically told me that I had 2 options. We could do more lidocaine, which we would have to wait for that to kick in, or he could just power through. And I was just power through. So it was a lot of a lot of crying and a lot of moaning, which people heard in the lobby. Also, mind you, I worked there. I wasn't working that day, but it happened. It was difficult. I don't regret it. I still really, really like the split. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I think it looks really cool. I always try and tell people about my experience getting it done and make it very clear that my experience is not typical. Most people that I've spoken to who have had this done had a much less eventful experience, and even from that, I still like the modification that I came away with, and I don't regret it, and I don't, wish I wouldn't have gone through it or anything. As far as eating solid foods go, so he told me I could eat whatever I felt comfortable eating, try to avoid spicy foods, but my tongue was so swollen, I didn't feel comfortable eating most solid foods. I lived off of basically soup and ice cream for the first week, and I was really depressed. It wasn't the pain that made healing difficult, it was really the mental part of it. It was psychologically very difficult. I am somebody who likes to talk a lot and I like to eat a lot. Those are like two of my favorite things, and I couldn't do either of those things with the ability that I was used to doing them. So that was really frustrating. It was more difficult emotionally than it actually was physically. But at the end of that first week, the stitches came out and the swelling started to go down, and the first solid food that I ate was I went to Johnny Rockets and I got chicken tenders and I took them home and I ate them with a knife and a fork and I cut them into like the littlest pieces. And that was the first solid food that I ate, and they tasted like the best goddamn chicken tenders I've ever eaten in my life. It was amazing. As far as tricks go, I still can't really control them like one side at a time. I wish I could. I can't control them independently. I haven't practiced a lot to try and make that happen, and I remember when I first got it done, I was kind of disappointed that I couldn't do it, and they told me to remember I had the whole rest of my life to learn how to control the sides independently. But the one trick that I can do that I really, really love is I can make it clap. I can lick back and forth between each side. That's kind of cool. But really, it's just fun to show off. It's fun to make out with and to do other stuff. If you have any other questions or other videos you'd like to see, just comment below and let me know what you think. Otherwise, have a great day, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.